Hello, friends. Good morning. And this is God's Eagle Ministries. My name is Ambassador Orojo Monday Ogbe. Today is our Mission Awareness Friday, and I just wanted to bring you a story from Uganda. We had one of the disciples we're working with. His name is Muhumuza Victor. When we started, New Muhumuza had ministry in Uganda. And so he went through the disciple making movement videos, 5 of them that we had on our website. And in the course of that discussion, we had questions which we addressed and all of that. Over time, he mapped out locations in Uganda where he needed to reach out. But the issue was the fact that most of these locations don't have mobile devices, and if they do, because of the data issues and all of that, it becomes an encumbrance for the Bible study, Discovery Bible study process that goes on into that system. So I'd asked him to make a request for Bible so that I could reach out to partners out there who might be in a position to partner to get those Bibles out there, either from Kenya or within Uganda. We work, as I mentioned to you, we work with people from different parts of the world, from Zambia and all the others. But this is Muhumuza Victor has this request. So this is the email. This is the messages that we had some time ago, which I said we're going to put across to our partners. Warm greeting, Elder Ambassador Oreojo. I trust all is well with you in the Lord. Thank you so much for your continued mentoring, inspiration, encouragement, and support. The divine connection with you is both an honor, privilege, and blessing to me and my ministry and the ministry. Again, I just wanted to add again that we wrote a book earlier about borderless, church without walls, borders, and denomination. And so if you have a concept, if you have any content, anything that the Lord has spoken to you that you want to make available to the world, we're available to help you publish those content on our website and also convert them into ebooks and through the 66 countries that we have access to. So yesterday I took my son for a walk with his Isaac. Isaac is the last one, the one that initiated the 40-day fast 16 years ago. Isaac loves animals, and he also does a lot of nagio. There's nothing you ask him about animals, he can't give you an answer. He does a lot of reading and all of that. So he has a German Shepherd, which is 2 years plus now, and we took the dog for a walk yesterday. And so when we were out there going out, we'll see other dogs and they start barking, trying to take charge. And then the ones that have their own territory, they are also fighting to keep their territory, and all kinds of things that goes on when we take the dog out. And that just reminded me of what we do in church. We win, we bring souls to the kingdom, and then we start putting protection, and people who are free come into the kingdom and become slaves of some man of God or woman of God or some discipler or whatever. There is liberty and freedom in the framework of the Bible and discipleship. And a church is without walls, borders, and denomination. And when we put all these things in, we just break out. So Muhumuza was at some point when we're discussing, was saying, can we have an extension of God's Eagle Ministry in Uganda? Well, I told him straight up, we're not here to build empires. We're here to build God's kingdom in people's heart, and let them go out in their own context and develop whatever it is that God has for them. I know that there's so many African ministries that want to align themselves with different ministries so that apart from the tithes and the offerings, maybe they will be able to get support from their sponsors and all of that. And when we do that, we sell ourselves, because they tell you what to do and what not to do. We're not in that realm. That is not liberty. That is imprisonment. We're here to be obedient to the Bible and what the Spirit is saying to us at those particular times concerning the issues that we face, but not somebody lording over us from some other places. That's not the concept of the Bible. If we had it that way, things would have gone amok. So that's why, like Bailey, the name of the German Isaac's dog is Bailey, and that's why Bailey was barking all over the place. So we just bark at other members. If they do something, we over amplify errors. So nobody is perfect. We're still work in progress. And now we were reading with my wife this morning. We were reading Acts chapter 16, where Paul, when he took Timothy, circumcised him because of the Jews and the people are knowing that his father wasn't a Jew. But that if you look through the line in Galatians chapter 3-4, he stood against Peter, so Peter would not want to have anything to do with the Gentiles, and we get this story that Peter was separating himself when he saw the Jews coming, and Paul stood against that and spoke to him that he shouldn't go into pretense. And if you look at Galatians, he goes on to say, look, going to circumcise or not circumcise, who has bewitched you? But in Acts chapter 16 that we're reading, he circumcised Timothy, because of the Jews that were there, So what am I trying to say here? And then along the line, he wouldn't stand for that kind of doctrine any longer. And what am I saying? What I'm saying is that the knowledge of God is progressive. You don't get up in one day and get up to know everything. There are certain things that I understood before, but now they are no longer things I stand for, And so the churches, as I was saying during the recording yesterday, that the churches that don't believe in dreams, the churches that don't believe in healing and deliverance, people that don't believe in deliverance, they don't even want to have anything to do with it. But there's people who are sick all around them, and they just die before their time, and they just go. And then so a typical example was on Sunday, we went for a Thanksgiving in one of the denominational churches, and it was a Thanksgiving of a widow who the husband passed 14 years ago. She had, I think, four children, and the girl, the eldest daughter, in 2016 had began to have the blood dry up every two months. And she's taken to the hospital to trace all the things they could do, but they couldn't trace exactly what was happening, And so since 2016, every 2 months, failingly, every 2 months, she ends back in hospital, And so 4 months ago, we got to get to know about them and went to hospital to pray. And then also, every engagement we have is a discipleship process that whatever we're doing, you can also do, because we have the same spirit from God, the same spirit. We're one. And so we give them the Psalms to read, the times to pray, and the declarations to make. And then also we prayed and left. And this is 4 months on. They've not gone back to the hospital. Means it works. So they went to the church to have a Thanksgiving. And this church don't believe in things, the so spiritual things. Meanwhile, we are spiritual. Life is spiritual, And so I don't want to mention names so that we don't get distracted. But the point here is that the fact that we take certain things out of, pull some doctrines and stand with them, does not mean they are truth. The way to know is by their fruit. You shall know them, either positive or negative. And so if you have manifestation going on there and the doctrine doesn't explain it, be open to learn. That's why it says that the Spirit will lead you into all truth. God is endless. God is a bottomless well. You don't get to a point where you read the whole Bible and say you know everything about God. Forget it. You can't. Because God is, when you could imagine Moses having a one-to-one discussion with God 40 days and comes out and asks God that, Lord, I want to show me your glory. And I was asking, Lord, what does this man want? Because the more you know God, the more you want to know God. You can't get to a point where you know everything about God and then come up with some pent-up doctrine that says, oh, this we agree, this we don't agree. You have to have the noun word. What's the Spirit saying? And then run with it. And if you realize that what you stand for does not agree with the events around you, you make adjustments. But let it be the Spirit leading you and not some kind of fake things going on out there. All right, so they're okay, they're back, and thank God, and God is glorified, and He takes the glory. So we're not here to build empires, we're here to build kingdoms in people's heart. Okay, and so I'd like to what's Victor's message. Victor has some requests for Bibles. Okay, and so I'd go on. As per our recent discussion, I read already, I trust all is well with you in the Lord. Thank you so much for your continued mentoring, inspiration, encouragement, and support. The divine connection with you is both an honor, privilege, and blessing to me and the ministry. As per our recent discussion, I've realized that some leaders and believers don't have Bibles, yet the Bible is the constitution of every believer. In my disciple-making strategy, we use a Discovery Bible Study, DBS, where everyone in the study group is encouraged to read the Bible by themselves. The majority also neither own smartphones where they can download digital Bible apps nor afford the exorbitant data cost experienced in Uganda. I'm therefore appealing to you through your network of friends ministry to assist me with some copies of Bible both in English and local languages, which I can distribute to these disadvantaged people. The estimate is 50 Bibles in English, 40 Bibles in Uganda, that's 90, 30 Bibles in Runyankore, 30 Bibles in Rutoro, and 20 Bibles in Swahili. So we're talking about 170 to 200 Bibles there. The local Bibles can be got from Uganda. Looking forward for your support, prayer, and encouragement. We are stronger together. And then he sends the breakdown of the locations where those are needed. Well, the need is but the supply can depend on your affordability. There's no problem distributing the Bibles in phases. If they can't be procured at once, and this is not a one-day exercise, as the need will always arise from time to time, place to place and person to person. There's no deadline. I'm training leaders in disciple-making movement in districts all over Uganda. The priority district for the requested Bibles are Kampala City, Masaka City, Fort Portal City, Mbarara City, Kabaroles District, Kienjoro District, Kiegegwa District, Kasese District, Ntoro District, Bondibogo District, Wakiso District, Mukono District. The address where these Bibles are going to is Plot 2, Cecilia Road, Mutunga, Bina, opposite Radio Maria Luzira Junction, in Kampala, Uganda. And so if this is from Brother Victor Muhumuza, and I'm going to share this. If as you pray, if the Lord wants you to partner to get this Bible out to Uganda, please let us know. You can send an email to info@otakada.org on how this can be facilitated. You could get that in the local for $13-15, but if we're getting it from elsewhere, the cost of shipment and all of that could double, possibly $30 or $25 or whatever. And so if you think God is prompting you to want to be part of this outreach, church without walls, borders, and denominations, and people developing themselves, developing their environment as the Spirit leads them in their context, please let us know, and we would come back to you. Take care, and God bless. This is Ambassador Roger Monday of God's Eagle Ministries, where we're seeding the nations with God's word. And God himself is transforming lives through the timeless truth in God's word, in his word. And we are one. That is what we need to realize. One spirit, not 20 spirit, not 100 spirit, not denominational spirit. One spirit in one body. All right. So, and then we work on our minds and our souls so that we can all line up to the oneness that Christ has died to bring us together. As it prayed in John 17 verse 21. Take care. God bless. Bye bye.